This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan. With your host, Bradley Summers. And get the latest from Alpena Community College with ACC President Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Bradley Summers, and today our first guest is Peggy Donikoski from the Michigan Brown Trout Festival. Hi, Peggy.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here.
Okay.
49 years.
Yes.
Almost not quite in the books, but starting July 14th.
Yes.
But a lot of things are already in motion and moving forward, and of course a lot of that goes around the planning. What are some of the things that people can come to, some of the comfortable things that people are used to seeing, and then we'll talk maybe about some of the things that are new this year.
Okay. Well, the fish weigh in is always the biggie. They're going to come sit on those bleachers, wait for the fish to come in, waiting for the scales, the big scales to come in, like who's got the biggest one there, who's going to take the money home. That, and then actually more vendors this year. So they'll be able to have lunch, snacks, whatever like that, stay longer,
Awesome.
And enjoy that music and stuff. So, yeah.
So that'd be some of the local food trucks, things like that be coming there? Or?
Some of them are from out of town. Some are have their local restaurants, and they'll open up the trailers for this, for vending this year. So we'll have a few more than, like last year we had like 3 or 4. I think there may be 5 or 6 this year.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll see when they line up.
Awesome, and and I know you and the committee that works on this so diligently throughout the entire year to bring this to the community. I know there are some new things this year. Talk about some of those.
That'll be in that Viola big tent. We have the 107.7, the Bay radio station, coming in with that Bay Bash. It used to be an annual, and then it stopped for a while, and so they'll be back Thursday night. And we also have the new station, the oldie station, the Bird, coming in. They're bringing a concert in also. So that's new. So you've like got 5 major music programs coming in, plus all the small bands that are free under the tent, under the small tent.
Yeah, and there's a lot this year.
And there's a lot. Some are new, some are repeats, but yeah. So there's music really every day.
Yeah, and that's a big draw too, to get people in. It's not all about just the fishing, even though that's the major component, but it's about getting the community together and people from surrounding areas here, and the commerce and the business, right? And
sitting and visiting, catching up, having a beverage, watching the weigh-ins, listening to the music. Well, it doesn't get much better.
And you talked about as well some of the needs for some volunteers too, to help with some of the merchandising or selling some of those things.
Yes, we have a room yet for a few more volunteers, and that is helping sell our t-shirts. There's shifts available, so we'll accommodate what's left, and then the kiosk selling our raffle tickets. So yeah, we would really appreciate anyone who can help, and even if it's a 2-hour shift, we appreciate it. So yeah, they can call Phil. And I've got Phil's number. Is this a good time to give Phil's number?
Sure.
734-223-0341, and he will fit and accommodate you.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, and I know there's a lot of people behind the scenes that are making all of this happen, and of course the volunteers help make all of this happen as well.
Right, because we have the 7 service groups, and that's still not enough with all the hours that they put in.
Wow.
Because we've increased the activities, we increased the events that are going on. So if you have less of that, less volunteers. But then again, it just grew this year. It just grew.
And you said, talking about some of the events, it's not just for adults. There are some events that are revolved around the kids and some of the activities for them as well.
Yes, that annual family day, it'll even be bigger. We have the robotics team even coming in this year.
Very cool.
So that should be great. Yeah, and a lot of activities are on that table and under this big tent for that. And then also you have the PNC Kiddie Classic Fishing. That's where the young ones can fish right off the banks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they get trophies and stuff too, and awards. We award them just like the big people. And they really enjoy that, take home a trophy.
So is the event still go on where the kids catch the fish in the plaza, or is that not going on anymore?
That is the Optimus program, and we usually try to help them out in promoting it and stuff. But yes, this year I guess they are, until it takes a remodel, and they won't have it. I don't know. Bring it down to the brown trout. The kids can do that too, right in the parking lot. Bring it right down.
And it used to be, I think, like 25, 30 years ago. You know, there was a time when I think it was at the Brown Trout in a big giant container.
Yep.
And,
I think we had the fire department come in and
yep.
help load that up, fill her up, spill them out.
And you've been involved with this for 12 years now.
Yeah, 11 going on 12 years, yeah.
Yeah, that's that's remarkable.
That's a long time. Yeah, we've had a lot of change, a lot of new stuff, eliminate some old stuff, but yeah, and the traffic flow should be really crazy this year. And I think we should see a big increase coming through. And we know it's supposed to be really hot.
Yeah.
Good fishing. Mm-hmm. Just saying, I don't know.
And then, well, you know, and with the fishing itself, there's a lot of different tournaments that are going on. It's not just the brown trout, but there's bass and some of the other categories.
Right. And this year, Big Brownie, I think it's over or close to $5,000 if you catch the tag brownie. And then you got the 3-day high stakes again. You've got that super tournament that pays out for pro and amateur division. You've got the youth offshore. That's where the teens can fish also on shore. They don't have to be taken out with a boat.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so all the ages, there's all ages and different divisions for fishing.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, so there's activities obviously for everyone at this.
Yes, there is.
Just like we've grown accustomed to over the years. But you know, it's so awesome to see some of the new things being brought into to revive it and just make it. It's a very interesting and awesome event, but it's cool to have something new as well and bring people in.
Well, the Medical Monday is going to be the new one. Right after Family Day, we'll move over to the a smaller tent. Right by the Alpena Buick small tent. There's an additional tent there that will have a Medical Monday. You can learn a little bit of CPR with Andy.
Cool.
McLaren's coming in, and the ACC nursing students will be there. So come visit us, get blood pressure check. District Health will be there. You can check on immunizations and stuff. So yeah, that's something brand new that we're just going to do this year.
Wow, that's a great idea.
So come on through there Monday.
Yeah.
Medical Monday.
Awesome. Well, it's already the end of the segment. I can't believe it's already been our 8 minutes, but
okay.
But thank you, for everything that you're doing to bring this event here and keep the committee going, and all the committee members as well. I thank them, and I wish you good luck on the 14th for kickoff.
Thank you. See you there. Yep.
Thank you. Stay tuned after the break for Leslie Dort from Friends Together. Welcome back, everyone. My next guest is Leslie Dort from Friends Together. Hi, Leslie.
Hi there.
How are you doing?
Excellent. Thanks for having me on again.
Well, thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
Well, we were just talking right before the show, but I always feel like your organization really does set a precedent in this community when it comes to resource development and the partnerships and collaborations that you establish, to help the people that you're helping in this community.
That's kind. Thank you. I mean, to respect the folks who donate, the businesses who donate and use their money responsibly, that's just paramount at Friends. I mean, we want to make sure that the money that comes in, actually the majority of it goes out to those who need the help.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who need these services in the community that, we've talked about on this show before where, some may be too proud to want to call or to admit they need help, and then there's some who really, really need help that are right there in front of you.
Right, and everyone needs support when they're going through cancer. But it's odd, too, because I get the feeling sometimes when I'm in the community talking with people, just walking around, they may think we're helping 1 and 2 people. And so I did a little research before coming here today just to find out, really, how many new people do we see? And in the last 3 to 4 months, we've had 64 brand new people come in and now consistently use our services. So when somebody donates or goes to a fundraiser, they're not just helping 1 or 2. And it's not even the 64 that I could count. It's their loved ones and who they tell and bring in maybe months, years later when they need us. At least they know we're here.
Yeah, and one of those big things that you do to help everybody is help the individuals is transportation.
Absolutely. That's kind of a big tangible everybody understands, just getting to and from your critical cancer care appointments. Absolutely.
And you just had a fundraiser that just concluded.
Yes, our drive-through. 24 hours. We were open and there and represented, and we had so many, the community feel of that event was off the charts. We had so many red Friends Together shirts lining the streets. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, that is, and you're not taking just people to Alpena, my Michigan hospital, you're taking people down to Ann Arbor and to Saginaw.
Where
and
they
Midland.
need to go.
Yeah.
We don't determine where they treat. That's up to their decision. It's their cancer, it's their choices. So we just help them best we can with how they want to treat. That's why the fundraisers are so important. It's the bread and butter of the big sponsors that come in and afford us the ability to do these fundraisers, helps raise the money to help folks get to their cancer care.
Yeah, and that's a good segue into one of your upcoming fundraisers here. The first one that you have coming on is Girls Just Want to Have Fun fundraiser.
Yeah, that one's going to be fun. We had some leftover purses from an auction, so Shelley came up with the idea with her team that we'd have a purse party, and they're going to be mystery purses. So for $20, you get a token, and you can buy a purse out at Maplewood Tavern on the 18th of July. And there'll be surprises in there for you to find.
Yeah, I'm sure too, because you guys always do a great thing when it's the little surprises.
Yeah, it's amazing what we can do with leftover purses.
Right?
We're going to turn it into money to help people.
I mean, can guys come to this too?
Sure. We'll get some man bags in there just for a couple of the guys.
We need some Merces.
Absolutely.
So, and that is going on July 18th from 5:30 to 8:30, like you said, at the Maplewood Tavern.
Right at Maplewood, and they're going to be open, so Food and Spirits will have live music available during the night. It'll just be a fun, kick-back, relaxed night. Grab your best gal or guy and come on out.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be.
And then your next one that you have coming up is your annual, it's become an annual event, the Pig Roast.
Right, and actually COVID turned it into a drive-through, which we found a lot of benefit from. So that is on the 23rd of July, 1 to 5, but we really recommend people get there as soon as they can. We sell out. It's about 500 meals. That we do in that time frame, and we've kept the ticket price at $15 a meal. Now a lot of people are generous and they just keep the change, which is wonderful, but it's at the depot on Fletcher Street, and you just drive through and pick up however many meals you want, take them to people, meet somebody at the park, or take them home.
Yeah, I think last year you were almost sold out about halfway through.
I think so. It was a really fast. I know I was going up and down those stairs nonstop.
Yeah, that's well, and one of your the partner and collaborator on this too is P&G.
Yes.
Presque Isle Electric and Energy.
They are a wonderful sponsor. I've been doing this particular event for years.
Yeah, that's one of the spirits of, we were kind of talking about, just before the show as well, was, the ability to bring in people that can really make and help make that difference.
Oh, when a business sponsors Friends Together, what they're doing is saying, I care about my employees, and if something happens, I want them to have this service available to them.
Yeah, and I love the way too that you have the big sign outside of your location too, highlighting this month or this week, and who's making a big difference and impact. Right,
and that's just a wonderful bonus we have with our location and the generosity of the city for letting us have it there.
Yeah, that's incredible. And I know we talked a lot today about the the fundraisers and and how they do make that impact, but kind of what we had talked about as well is without them, a lot of the services, and that's where it comes down to, is the actual services that are being provided. With 64 new people coming in the last 3 to 4 months, and who knows, it could be a lot more than that now. Right,
it's real-time help. So when a fundraiser happens, that money isn't sitting in our account for years drawing interest. That money is getting turned around. I can't know how fast that's getting turned around, but it's getting pushed out to the community to help people now when they need it.
Yeah, and that's the reactive part of
it is very much
the money in, money out, and
you can think they just had their 24-hour drive-through. What are they doing with another fundraiser? But that money's going to be used.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and you said something too, that it was $6,000
on average a month just in gas cards.
Wow.
Yeah.
$72,000 a year in transportation.
Well, and then there's the vans and driving and the lodging attached to that. It's a budget.
Wow.
Yeah, and we have been so fortunate that we've not had to ever say no. there's always been, and every year it grows, but every year our donations and our sponsors grow to meet it. It just happens.
Well, and it's a testament to the work that you and your team are doing over there.
Yes, and how the community cares about itself.
And getting yourself out there and getting people engaged and excited, you know, to help.
Yeah, friends together is joy. You walk in our building, you're going to be embraced with joy and hope and all positive things.
And I can say that 100% that you're not just saying that. Every single time I've walked in there, I'm 3 or 4 people and we're having conversations, and I come in there to drop off a piece of paper and I'm in there for 45 minutes.
And we don't have to keep everybody that long, but it's a tough topic. It's certainly not always smiles and laughs, but we really do lean on the side of hope.
Oh, I thank you very much for what you're doing for this community and the resources that you're providing, not just Alpena, but the surrounding areas as well.
Right. The 5 surrounding counties are just as supported as Alpena.
Well, thank you so much for your time being on the show today.
Love being able to tell the community about it.
Well, I look forward to more conversations about the wonderful fundraisers that you have going on.
Thanks so much.
So thank you, Leslie.
Yep.
And thank you all for joining us as we continue to endeavor the world of nonprofits in our local community. Please stay tuned after the break for Don McMaster and the ACC segment.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpena Community College.
Mic check.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Talk of the Town. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest this morning Nancy Saya, Dean of Student Services at ACC. Welcome, Nancy.
Well, thank you, Don. Appreciate it. I'm happy to be here.
We have, or your team, your Student Services team, has had a very interesting project over the summer. People who drive down Johnson Street may have seen the flags, Lumberjack Launch. So why don't you tell the group a little bit about what Lumberjack Launch was?
Okay, we just concluded this week, and I have to say it was quite a success. It was a lot of work, but we enjoyed every bit of it. And how it began was there was the state sent out a notice to all the community colleges and also the tribal communities, and offered an opportunity for us to help students that might have fallen behind because of COVID or whatever in their English and math proficiencies. So the criteria for the program was that the students just needed to have a high school diploma or GED, and no college earned credit for math or English. And the last thing was they had to be enrolled in a college in the fall. Didn't have to be ACC, but it could have been any college enrollment, and that was all they had to do. So we took a bite of the apple, and we decided to plow in and see what happens. So that was, like I said, we did the application in January. March, we got word we're going for it. And so, March and April, our hair is all on fire because of graduation.
I do.
But we decided, let's do this. So we started, we got our marketing piece together. I called in my daughter because our PR people were swamped with graduation and all those festivities. And she gave us the idea for the name. The state had called it the Academic Catch-Up Program, and academic catch-up just didn't kind of work. So we, made it our own and called it the ACC Lumberjack Launchpad.
Right.
And that came from marketing person, Jillian, and then she also designed a brochure for us, and then we took it from there and started marketing. And the team at the Success Center, we all met with the high school counselors, and we, highlighted the program. They all thought it was a great idea. And then I met with the ACES Academy principal, Matt Poley. He loved it. I met with the ISD person, Jessica Pilarski, and she thought it was a great idea. So I'm thinking, great, we're going to have some good enrollment. And then our next task was to get some teachers, because we needed a math and an English teacher.
Yeah.
And we were lucky to get Sarah Burt, our math teacher, and then an adjunct from Oscoda, Emily Peters. They signed on, so we were ready. And so then we had to build the program. And so what the state required of us, they gave us a very generous grant, and they required us to feed them, transport them, take care of anything that might impede them getting to their classes, and then anything else we could do as far as college knowledge, if you will. So we worked with our cafeteria crew, Kathy and Ray Bach. They said, yeah, we're in it. And so they made breakfast. And I mean, not just a Pop-Tart. They made breakfast for those kids every morning, and then lunch after their lessons. So how the day worked out was breakfast, math or English for 2 hours, lunch, and then we had an afternoon activity, and they were out the door by 1 o'clock. So we started it after the schools got out for the semester, and thinking, okay, this is all good, and we created like 20 activities, because we met Monday through Thursday from 8:15 till 1 p.m. And then every afternoon we had some sort of college knowledge activity, and we just kind of kept it a surprise. The students never knew what it was going to be, but they loved it. So that's kind of the whole format of the program.
I think I saw them yesterday doing some virtual reality. They had the goggles on.
Yes, that was so fun. Our Trio Talent Search director, Sarah Prevost, had these goggles, and I tried them. I thought, oh my God, you're transported to Avatar world,
Yeah.
And so I thought, oh, the Launchpad students have to do this, and they love that.
Yeah,
and
they
Sarah
look like
was
they were
willing
having
to
fun.
do that for us. So we did that. I mean, some of the highlights, I guess, for the activities, we did many workshops. Test taking anxiety, time management, financial literacy. Anything that they needed to know to really launch their college days in the right start, so we wanted to build their confidence, basically, and we did. We also did a pre-test, an AccuPlacer, which is a placement test, and then we did a post-test this week, and they seemed to. One student really dramatically improved, and the others they really held their own, and so we were very pleased with what we saw, and so I can't say enough about it was a lot of work, but I got to say, that Success Center staff, we couldn't have done it without them. I mean, Colleen Jacobs, she's our tutor coordinator. She jumped in, anything we needed to order, and we ordered a lot. We got a lot. The kids got great swag. That's all I can say. They got great prizes, promotions, whatever. Colleen did all that. She did all the gift wrapping and everything that needed to be done. Jewel Lancaster, she is our faculty counselor there. She did all the program. Every night she would do a wrap up and give us a to-do list for the next day. And it was like, oh my God, another list. I don't know, but we did it. And then Beth Matsky was our testing coordinator. She helped, get our testing done. And then Krista Gibson, she was our student center coordinator, and she did all the workshops, the majority of the workshops. Jewel filled in with mini workshops. I mean, even during their lunch, they got a mini workshop.
Yeah.
And then Todd Wozniak, he filled in wherever we needed him. He drove the bus. We took the students to the Glass Bottom boat this past week. They love that, and he got us there, and he filled in wherever needed. So it was just a great crew to work with. And
it is a great crew.
I can't say enough.
Yeah, well, we just got about 45 seconds left. I just want to commend the activity and the organization, the effort on behalf of these students, but just broadly, I think the premise from the state is not enough people complete who enter community college, and there's a variety of reasons for that. ACC is at the top of the list for students completing. We are number 1. But a lot of that, I think, really has to do with what Student Services does.
I agree.
And I appreciate it. And I think the students do and the community does as well. So thank you for launching the Launchpad. And thank you folks for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts Bradley Summers and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at WBKB11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production. All rights reserved.